This is not a test. This is the emergency broadcast system announcing the arrival of Blizzard Bill. It's about to get cold in here. Hello, everybody. Blizzard Bill. Yep, here is that second round we were talking about. The time now, and we are live, is about 5:08 this morning. Let's get right into it. Developing very quickly is another round of severe thunderstorm activity with large hail, damaging thunderstorm winds, now moving through Lucas County and also moving through Fulton County and northern areas of Wood County and western areas of Ottawa County. And this cluster of thunderstorms, again, severe at this hour with damaging thunderstorm winds, is rapidly moving through the area. So it's going to be a rough hour or two ahead. Let me give you some more details on this warning. That would be Ottawa County, northwestern Sandusky County, northern Wood County, and Lucas County. And the storms are moving southeastward at about 20 miles per hour. Ping pong size hail. Okay, that's a pretty good size hail. Certainly a possibility. That would be Toledo, Bowling Green, Swanton, Perrysburg, Oregon, Sylvania, Rossford, of course, Waterville, Northwood, White House, Genoa, Woodville, Holland, Elmore, the Maumee area, Ottawa Hills, Walbridge, Millbury, Haskins, and Lucky. And also to the east across Erie County, those are flash flood warnings that are in effect just near the Norwalk area. So a very active cluster of thunderstorms going through. Let's head over to hail detector here in just a second and see what we can come up with regarding hail. This looks like the potential is some pretty good sized hail, and yes, there is. Moving through Fulton County, this should be large hail, possibly a quarter to ping pong ball size hail. Also, areas right in Toledo, downtown Toledo, in the Oregon section, likely getting some pretty big hailstones at this hour. Back this out just a little bit. So that is the big weather news there. Put this into motion. So there is a large hail shaft moving through Fulton County and moving east and southeastward, and it should be arriving across the western and southwestern areas of Lucas County momentarily. Okay. All right, stop the motion there real quick. Slide over here, come back to there. That is the latest radar. There is a pretty big hail core right over the Delta area. Okay, right over Delta would be this large area of heavy rain and hail. Okay, so if you're in Delta, you're probably getting hit with some hail. Near downtown Toledo, and especially going east of downtown, is this other thunderstorm located right in here with hail. Across southeast Michigan, that is a special weather statement that is in effect for southeast Michigan, and also some strong storms in southern areas of Hillsdale County. Okay. All right, I guess to give you a profile what it looks like on a bigger scale. That's what it looks like. So I guess we can officially call this 3B. And we talked about this potential moving in during the day today and morning. Indeed, it has. Let me take us over to the latest HER model, bring the latest update up for us and see what that looks like. All right, pull this down here real quick. Now there's that cluster going through the next hour or two. Okay, and then let's see what happens here with number 4. The new data is coming in now, and we'll have some new updates on that in just a little bit. All right, let's go over here. All right, it's loading into the computer here on Future Radar. Okay, it'll be popping up here in just a second. All right, there it goes. Oh, about 10 seconds. We'll see what this looks like on Lightning Detector. Give it about 5 seconds. Now, kick it now. Boom. All right, there it goes. Yeah. Okay, man. Okay, interesting. That's the hour forecast right there. Expect to go around Woodville, of course, heading towards Port Clinton. Definitely moving in a southeasterly direction. Okay. Let it go through one more time, then we'll go back to the other radar.
Okay. All right. Again, here are your severe thunderstorm warnings. With large hail, certainly a possibility here. Look at it from this angle here. Looks like the heaviest now moving into eastern areas of Lucas County, extreme northern areas of Wood County. All right, soon to be running into western Ottawa County, over Middlebury, Walbridge, Northwood. Looks like a hail core right there in Oregon. Okay, back out here just a little bit more. Pretty near Swanton, right over Delta. That may skirt extreme in northern areas of Henry County. Okay. Monroe County here, moving eastward and southeastward. Back out here. This is what we were talking about last night, how quickly this stuff is going to develop. Okay, looking at different angles. Okay. Yeah, this big hail core here coming right out of eastern Fulton County, pretty near Swanton. Okay. Let's go head over to social media, see what folks are saying on that. Okay. Right now, the heaviest right now is north of Findlay. I don't see this getting yet into Hancock County. I don't see that yet. Hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Get up a satellite photo here going real quick. Okay. Right now, I'm buying that one. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Looks like the warning for Fulton County has expired. Now it's Lucas County, Northern Wood County, and Ottawa County, Western Ottawa County. You'll see it pop off there in a second. Everybody awake? All right. Have a satellite photo here in a second for us. Okay, there is the latest infrared satellite shot. All right, there's the cluster right there. Obviously, what is this here? Okay, all right. You just see the rounds of thunderstorms. But this was hitting northern Ohio and southern Michigan right now. What it looks like from outer space. Okay, infrared. These are cold thunderstorm tops. Okay. This Mother Nature doesn't want to give this up. Okay. All right. All righty. Give me just a second here. All right, let's head back over to the radar. Coming a little tighter here. Now it looks like the worst of it now is dropping into central and southern Lucas County. Special weather statement for Monroe County. For the gusty winds, heavy rainfall. Back out here, back out here. Well, let's see what this stuff is back here. Oh gosh. Reading a couple things here. What do we have here? Okay. Let me see here. Flood watches cover most of the area. So let you know about that too. I'm looking at a mesoscale discussion on heavy rainfall potential. All right, showers and thunderstorms will expand along a stationary front early this morning. Rainfall rates within this convection, thunderstorms in other words, um, will likely reach 1 to 2 inches per hour, leading to 2 to 3 inches of rainfall with locally higher amounts. Flash flooding is a possibility. The regional radar mosaic, that's a combination of the radars, this morning shows the clusters of thunderstorms blossoming across the upper Midwest and lower Great Lakes. Two clusters, one in northern Indiana and another in southern Wisconsin, have produced rainfall, hourly rainfall as much as 1 inch. And while coverage so far has been generally isolated, a rapid uptick in lightning cast probabilities draped from southwest Minnesota into northwest Ohio suggests additional development is likely very soon. That is what you're seeing right there. Is this stuff rapidly developing? Okay. Keep it simple for you. Shortwave to wiggle in the jet stream. Ejecting out in northeast Iowa will help to accelerate the low-level jet stream, and we talk about that, the low-level jet to produce lift atop a stationary frontal boundary. Additionally, this low-level jet will transport impressive thermodynamics northeastward, and local rainfall amounts are a couple of inches per hour. I'm just cherry picking here. So basically, we got these things just training across the area. Okay. Right now, based on latest radar, some heavy rain over Swanton, heavy rain and lightning thunder over southwest Lucas County. It looks like northern Lucas County is getting in a little bit better shape. Okay, a little bit better shape there. Looks like we have a special weather statement that is going out now for Lenawee County. Let me check into that for you real quick. Winds up to 40 miles per hour. They're moving east at 30 miles per hour. Adrian, Tecumseh, Blissfield, Hudson, Morenci, Onstead, Deerfield, Addison, Ridgeway, Seneca, Jasper. Get the idea there. That would be in Lenawee County. So looks like the clusters coming out of Hillsdale County, shooting into Lenawee County. Looks like Fulton County is getting loaded up again with another round of thunderstorm activity. Lucas County, the northern part of the county by Sylvania, is in better shape. Okay. Regarding Port Clinton, I wouldn't say it's going to miss you. As a matter of fact, it looks like it's heading right at you in Port Clinton. Okay, so stand by in Port Clinton. Okay. So stand by there. It's coming at you. Okay. Greytown, Genoa. Let me go to my severe thunderstorm slide here. I possibly could. Oh boy, oh boy, 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 boy. Okay, here. Alrighty, let's recap where the severe thunderstorm warnings are up. We have special weather statements up for Lenawee County, for another cluster coming in from the west, especially central and southern Lenawee County. Also, Monroe County, just south of the city of Monroe. Severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect for Ottawa, northwestern Sandusky, northern Wood, and Lucas County. Central and southern Lucas County, especially. We're watching very closely on the radar what's happening across Fulton County with that other batch coming through. Okay, there's another batch coming through. You can clearly see it even as we speak, rolling over Waterville, Monclova area. It looks like it's diving towards Bowling Green. All right, so if it holds together, these storms will go into Bowling Green, and that severe thunderstorm warning would have to be expanded a little bit. Right now, Bowling Green is just south of the warning, but that might have to be expanded. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's not forget across the northern areas of Henry County, Napoleon area. Okay, Wauseon is getting some heavy storms. Morenci getting some heavy storms. Change radar sites here. Look from a different direction, get a different perspective of it. Okay, don't see any weakening, nor do I see any strengthening. It looks like it's holding its own. Don't want to forget about what's going on in Erie County with a flash flood warning. Up to 3 inches of rain has already fallen in portions of Erie County. We'll have to keep an eye on this batch to see if it makes it that far eastward. There's your warning right there. That's a flash flood warning. For the rain you had last night. Different perspective here. Right now, just west of Port Clinton. We'll see if that makes it or if it goes just south of Port Clinton. We'll have to watch that. Okay. Let me go back over to the HER model so we can cherry pick what's going on here. There's a fourth batch right there rolling through mid-afternoonish. The later it gets, late afternoon towards evening. Gee, I don't see anything behind it, as he sarcastically says. Okay, whoop, clear this out here. Let me check one thing here. Hold on. Back over here. Okay, back over here. Okay, okay. Now, look at this closely. Here's your severe weather outlook for today. It has a marginal risk, level 1, in the areas that are now getting severe thunderstorms. Okay, see that? That's why you got to take all that very seriously. That's tomorrow, nothing. Okay. All right, just wanted to double check that real quick. Enhanced area down south. All right. I don't see this getting into Finley. Not this batch here. Let me look here. No, it looks like it's going to stay north of Finley. Okay, getting questions about Finley. Okay, I mean you could always one could sneak in, but the main stuff looks like it's going to be Wood County. I mean, if you get something, it's a thunderstorm, no rotation. Yep, we were on the air. I think we were on the air when it moved to Sandusky. Yep, we certainly will. We had 4 hours and 32-minute marathon. Let me go to modeling real quick here. Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, it's now 5:30. I know you're having a rough time getting some roofing done here. Let's go over to modeling real quick. See what we can come up with here real quick for you. You didn't say where you were, but I'm going to say around Sandusky. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, that is the next couple of hours. It's looking like you should get a decent break. Okay, you see that right there? You said 7 a.m. It may be closer to 7:30 or 8, but you should get a break. But remember, around mid to late afternoon, between probably 3 and 6, there's going to be that other batch coming through. Okay? So if anyone has any plans for this afternoon, this will go by. Okay? This will go by and it's all going to quit. Okay? Then we'll come back. Okay? It looks like the warning now has been expanded a little bit. Give you the very latest on that. Ottawa County, Sandusky County, Wood County until 6:30 this morning. Severe thunderstorms located from near Elmore to Waterville, moving southeast at 35 miles an hour. You have Bowling Green. We kind of figured you guys would get in it. Bowling Green, Fremont, Perrysburg, Bellevue, Clyde, Waterville, Oak Harbor, Gibsonburg, Genoa, Woodville, Weston, Elmore, Green Springs, Pemberville, Haskins, Lucky, Bradner, Grand Rapids, and Wayne. Okay, under the very latest severe thunderstorm warnings. Okay. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings have been expanded now. Let's go back over to the radar summary, and you can see, including Bowling Green now and towards the Fremont area. This line is dipping southeastward. This line here is coming off of Monroe County also, and it could be straddling the shoreline, heading towards the islands area. Certainly a potential there. Getting questions about what we can expect to break in this. Right now, this cluster right in here, this whole cluster right in here, okay, is moving in a southeasterly direction. So 7 o'clock is going to be tight weather to clear Sandusky area by 7. It should be clearing. I am concerned about this stuff back in here. Whoop, let me clear that out real quick. Unlock that there. Okay, back into here, but that's going southeastward. So hopefully we can miss out on that one. Okay, but if you got anything going on outdoors this morning, you got to let this cluster go through. Okay. I'm worried about this rain here enhancing the flooding across Erie County. Okay, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Let me update our satellite. Okay, updating satellite photo loop. Okay, there's that first cluster right in here. This stuff here has got to be watched right back in here. Okay, in all honesty, that has got to be watched. Now this muddies up everything for the fourth one. It does. Okay, I have one coming in later this afternoon because this is really screwing up the atmosphere now. This really is. You could say 1, 2, 3 separate clusters in here. Okay, but let's not sleep on this one here. Okay. North Coast Roofing is hoping for a break to get some stuff done. This will clear the deck the next hour and a half. Let's not forget about this back in here. If this takes a southeast dive, it would go like that and go to the south of Sandusky area. But if it goes eastward, it's going to roll in from the west. So we got to watch that. Okay, let's all keep an eye on the back door, so to speak. Okay, let's kind of keep an eye on that. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Let's kind of recap what we got going on. Okay, Bowling Green under severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's see, we've had central and southern Lucas County under severe thunderstorm warnings. We're back out here and let's get a different perspective of all the different warnings going on right now. Okay, gives you a good look. Central and southern Lucas County, overlapping into Wood County, also into Ottawa County, Sandusky County, Fremont area, Clyde. Right now, the warning does not include Port Clinton. Does not include Port Clinton area. Special weather statements are up for southeast and southern Michigan. Okay. Back on radar, zoom in here, moving into Bowling Green even as we speak. We talked about that. Okay, let's head on over to social media. Well, it's going to mess this. Well, again, it's early, so atmosphere is going to recover. I'm not worried about this batch here. This batch will be long gone. It's what's happening back in here. Okay, back in here has to be watched. See if we can get a movement on this. Accurate movement. Okay. We'll have to keep an eye on that stuff. We'll just have to. We got our hands full right here. Okay, Wauseon area, eastern Fulton County, central and eastern Fulton County. Yes, we do. Let me double check my warning. They are moving southeast at 35 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour. No rotation has been noted. That question is coming up. No. Not every thunderstorm has rotation. Okay. The good news is most of central and northern Lucas County things have quieted down. We'll see what this stuff here is doing. Yeah, that could come on the backside here. We'll have to keep an eye on that coming through Fulton County now. Okay. Right now, it looks to me like this is probably just going to miss Port Clinton. Okay, to your southwest, going over Oak Harbor. These storms here across Monroe County. Okay. Wauseon area. Okay. North Coast Roofing over here asking about then get something done. I'd wait till this cluster goes by. Give another hour or two. Let's see, 20 of 6, about 7:30 ish. We'll see what it looks like. I'm still very concerned about what we're going to do with this back in here. Okay, but that's for a discussion after this gets through. Okay, things are quieting down for right now in Lucas County. I'm not getting nearly the thunder in the Maumee area. Perrysburg, Maumee is quieting down. Looks like it's settling in over Waterville, Pemberville, Bowling Green for sure. Okay. Moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. Have to keep an eye on this in Fulton County. That could very well sneak in behind on the top side of the current warning and come in into northern Lucas County. We'll keep an eye on that next 30 minutes or so. Flip on over to here. Load this puppy up. Let's go to future radar. Kick it in there. Yeah, see this is what you got to look out for. North Coast Roofing right there. That's going through, but there's that other tail right there. You see it coming in right there. You've got to get through that before you can start doing any roofing. Okay, you got that first shot there, then that second shot there. This is an hour loop. This takes you about 20 to 7. That's what I'm saying, probably closer to 7:30-ish. Okay, let's see what we got coming in back in this direction here. Yeah, we got to watch that stuff coming off of Lake Michigan. Okay, back over here. Okay. Now remember what this stuff has been doing, the history of this whole thing. Okay, they blow up, boom, real fast. Okay, all right. And then about 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, they start weakening. And I think this is starting to do the same thing a little bit. Okay, starting to do the same thing. Just a little bit, but not in Wood County, not in Bowling Green. It's holding firm there in Bowling Green. Okay. Moving towards Fremont, coming in from the northwest. We had daylight. The skies would be darker than heck looking at this stuff. Right? Let's go. Let's take a look at hail core. There's some hail moving into Wood County. Probably penny size. Maybe a little bit bigger in the dark purple right there. Moving through Ottawa County, this is hail. Okay. Just want to remind everybody, we'll probably get a break in this action. You get to mid-afternoon to late afternoon, we're likely to have another wave of thunderstorms move in. Okay? So I don't want you to think the whole thing is over once this stuff goes by, because it's not. Okay? So let's see what we have here. Okay. You got this cluster right here. Okay? We'll call it what, 3B? They're so close together. I mean, we don't want to start confusing numbers. So, okay. That's moving through. Now, back in here, we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on what this does in here. Okay? We're just going to have to put the big question mark up for that right there. Okay? Keep an eye on that. Eastward movement would bring it on top of us. Southeast would take it towards Van Wert County, maybe Defiance County. Okay? Then later on today, all right, let me back this out just a little bit. We're already seeing evidence of this stuff trying to organize back here. All right. Now, you're going to get IE number 4, just to keep it simple. It's going to develop back in here and just become this big blob of thunderstorms. There's a huge blob of thunderstorms this afternoon. That would be, we'll call it 4, although we've had more than 3 batches, but we have to keep the labeling, okay? All right, so that's going to be batch number 4 around 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock this afternoon, 3 to 6. We'll just have to see what it looks like. The strongest should be southward, but it's going to be a big, huge blob of thunderstorms. Okay? And a lot of that depends upon this stuff going through now, the domino effect, what's going to happen to all this stuff that's happening. Okay? How it affects. This affects that affects this. Okay? So, if you ever hear us talk about training effects, this is a fine example of it. I think this is very important. This for sure is going to clear the deck. Okay, on the right-hand side. That's going to continue to clear the deck. There's no problem with that. That'll be out of here within an hour or two. Well, give it 90 minutes. I'll split the difference. That's going to clear the deck. Now, muddying up the waters is going to be this guy. Okay? Assuming it takes that southeast dive like that. So these two clusters have got to clear the way. They got to get out of here to see what happens with number 4 back in here. Number 4 developing back into here. Okay? Okay. Change radars. All right, so what do we got here? Let's see what we got here. Okay, these are all severe thunderstorm warnings for southern Lucas County, Ottawa County, Sandusky County, Wood County. This stuff here coming out of Fulton County is moving primarily eastward, assuming that it holds together, which so far it is. That is going to roll to the north of that warning area. So although it's quiet now in Sylvania and Toledo, downtown, There's another batch here over eastern Fulton County. And now approaching the Lucas County, Fulton County line, approaching Metamora, Assumption, going to move into Berkey. Okay, zooming in along Lakeshore here, just barely skirting Port Clinton, but the heaviest will go south of you. Okay. All righty here. Tell me where you're at and tell me your definition of bad. Everyone has a definition of bad. Really loud in Fremont. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Gully Washer light show for Bowling Green with a side of ice balls, hail. Hail in Bowling Green. How big a hail? So on the report hail, try to give me an estimate how big. Okay. 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 Keep about here. Yeah, if that holds together, if you're talking about this batch here in Sylvania, um, yeah, you're going to have a pretty good shot here coming up pretty quickly. It's moving steadily towards Sylvania from the west. Okay. When you mean bad, you're going to get lightning, thunder, probably some hail. If there's good news with this whole mess we've got, except for what happened the other night with all those tornado warnings and stuff, we have, and let's hope I'm not jinxing it, but we haven't had that craziness going on. Okay. These have been your typical, we call mesoscale convective systems. Okay. And those are just big blobs like you're seeing right now of thunderstorm activity. Okay. I mean, you can go a whole summer and not see that many thunderstorms trailing over the same area. I mean, just look at that enhanced satellite photo. Okay. Usually, what happens with these things, they blow up. Well, I said it last night. Between like 5 and 8 o'clock, 4 and 8 o'clock in the morning, they just bam, they blow up, i.e., low level jet stream. Then you get to that point where it basically gives it up and starts fizzling. And then it lays down what are called these outflow boundaries. Okay? And that I call that the salad bar. And the outflow boundaries will just sit there and sit there and sit there and just wait for the energy to come into it. And then when the energy comes into it, the thunderstorms re-erupt. Okay? They just re-erupt. Now we're going to watch the thunderstorm colors here. When they start weakening, the colors will begin to fade. Okay? But right now, they're not into that point yet. Okay? They seem to be holding their own, except northern Indiana there. That is getting stronger. I think this complex here is going to dive more towards Indianapolis, right up in here. I'm thinking this guy here, we're going to watch it. You know, I hope that slides southeast and doesn't go due east. It'll go over the same area that got smacked. So this morning, like right now. Okay. So if North Coast Roofing and other roofers, make sure you keep checking in to make sure that batch over Lake Michigan doesn't sneak in the back door on us. Okay. Give us an hour, hour and a half, and see what that looks like. Okay. All right. Okay. Approaching from the west here is that cluster coming out of Fulton County. special weather statements for Lenawee County. Moving through Metamora, right, heading into Berkey. And that's that cluster going into northern Lucas County now. This cluster right in here. Okay. Coach, whoop. Correct that, Bill. Thank you very much. Okay. Moving through Bowling Green even as we speak. Although the heaviest may be shifting to the southeast of Bowling Green. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold on a quick second here. Yeah, Oregon, I don't see much rain. I don't see it yet. It looks like the heaviest is south of you. You got this batch coming into northwestern Lucas County even as we speak. Keep an eye on that. This stuff in here, Port Clinton area, you're just getting nicked by it. That should go, the bulk of it, south of Sandusky. Okay. It looks like they're down just a notch. Again, that has been the history. Uh, to, well, today, tonight, overnight, that these things blow up and they look really, really mean for 15, 20, 30 minutes. And then they just kind of, like a cheap watch, it winds up and then boom, it breaks. Okay? Well, we'll see. Oh, yeah. I would imagine with the winds that when that complex went by last night, I would imagine that's certainly a possibility. And in your case, likely because you see it. Okay? All right, trying to check my messages here. Okay. Hold on. Hold on with you. Sending somebody a message. Okay, that should work out pretty good. All right, what else we got going here, real quick? No change in the profile. Looks like the heaviest is going just south of Port Clinton, going through Fremont, even as we speak. Okay. All right. Moving through Wood County, Pemberville area. The worst is now transitioning to the southeast of Bowling Green. Rainfall outlook is just all over the place. Uh, Probably widespread 1 to 3 inch rainfall amounts. Again, the storms coming into northern Lucas County, a little bit noisy, but they do not yet appear to be severe. Okay, that's certainly good. Okay. Back out here. Still keeping an eye on this back in here. We'll just have to watch that. So we'll get off that for a little while. We'll just stick and concentrate on all this. Yeah, I think things are down just a notch. Okay, that has definitely been the history of this whole mess. They blow up, they look really impressive, then boom, there it is. Okay. Okay, I want to take a look at something else here. Give me just a quick second. I think we're down just a little notch. Okay, the warning has been extended. It's coming in right here. Okay, new severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued for Huron County, Seneca County, Erie County, southeastern Wood County, and northeastern areas of Hancock County. Severe thunderstorms located from near Clyde to 7 miles northwest of Astoria. That's what we've been tracking, dropping southeastward, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. Tiffin, Norwalk, Astoria, Bellevue, Willard, North Baltimore, Plymouth, Milan, Northern Milan, Bloomville, Arcadia, Monroeville, Bloomdale, and Signet, those areas. Okay, let's pop over to the radar and show you what that looks like on the radar. There's a new warning going up, being proactive ahead of that line of storms right there, that cluster right in there. So Tiffin, this stuff should be moving in from your northwest. The bulk of it is just north of Findlay. Okay. Okay. For scale, there you have it right there. So this is dropping southeastward. Okay. It's barely skirting Sandusky to the south. Okay. This is still moving through Lucas County, but it has weakened. This stuff has weakened, but still heavy rain and some gusty winds. Okay. Well, that is the very latest with that. So new warnings issued until 7 o'clock this morning for the next hour ahead of that line of storms. That Lucas County storm, there's no warning now in effect for Lucas County. None. No warning in effect for Ottawa County. Okay. Although you got thunderstorms rolling through Lucas County right now, okay, on the top side of the original warning, okay. Okay, there you have it. Special weather statement going out for Lucas County. Okay, I'll get you, I'm sure what it says. I got a pretty rough idea. You have winds up to 40 miles an hour. Okay. Strong thunderstorms impacting Lucas County the next half hour. We know that. We've been tracking it. There it is. Special weather statement. Just below severe limits. Expected to roll through Sylvania even as we speak. But right now, it is not rated as severe. It is rated strong. Probably 40 mile per hour, maybe 45 mile per hour wind gusts. Okay. Storms in Lake Erie look like they're either holding together or slightly weakening as they drop southeast towards the islands. Okay. Action to the south of Port Clinton. Close, but no cigar for Port Clinton. Major skirt Sandusky. Okay. Although in Hancock County, depending upon how you got your warning set up, It does not include Findlay. Okay. It's a good time for me just to continuously plug this weather call. As we all know, severe weather season is now here. Check out Weather Call Next Gen 24/7 notifications of 4 severe weather. Go to my comments section, check out the information link for Wex Call Next Gen. Severe weather season is here. Check them out underneath comments. Okay, I am going to begin posting that link. It's pinned on my Facebook page, but I've only got 2 hands here, so okay, it looks like, yeah, dropping southeast. Let me go ahead and get that pinned up real quick as you watch the radar. It's definitely worth checking out. Okay, it really is. It will definitely wake you up in the middle of the night. And then you would come here and then we'll keep you up to date. So let me get it pinned up here real quick. I should have that up within the next 60 seconds. Let me get it pinned up for us. Okay, hold on. Should have it there in a second for you, for those who want to check it out. All right, hold on. Where are we at here? Nope, that's not the one I want. That's the one I want right there. Hold on a second. Okay, it is the next 5 seconds. We'll be there. Should be there. All right, it is pinned there. If anyone wants to check it out, it's in underneath comments right now. I'd check it out. I really would. Okay, here's that batch coming through Lucas County, coming across southern Lenawee County. Repeat, training over the same spots again. Strong, but not severe, at least not yet. Okay, passing through Bowling Green, now passing through Pemberville, going through the Fremont area, just to the south of Port Clinton. This cluster here is coming into the islands area from the northwest. Okay, so you're going to get some action in Put-in Bay area within the next 30 minutes or so. Okay, dropping south here, heading towards Norwalk, Bellevue, Fremont, Clyde. Thunder now picking up in the Maumee area. Pretty good strike there. Okay. Here near Bluffton. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm with you. Hold on real quick here. Checking something out. Okay. Just a little bit of an update on something here is coming in. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up for you. The risk area has been expanded just a little bit. Yeah, it has. Okay, it has come a little bit further north. Let me get the radar stuff off there real quick and get a look at it. Okay, the risk area today has been expanded a little bit further north, the level 2, just a little bit further north. That makes sense. Now almost into southern Lucas County. Okay, but it has definitely been expanded a little bit further northward. Okay, just a hair further north. Okay, but enough to put this corridor in play here. All right, but let's not sleep on green marginal here. Let's not sleep on that. Okay, I think that's more in reflection to this afternoon. And a lot of that is contingent upon how quickly we can pull this stuff out of here. Okay? Because this could very well mess up the entire everything, which I don't think anybody wants severe weather. Okay? You don't want stuff coming in the mid to afternoon and evening hours. It's got more energy if the sun comes out. Okay? So a lot going into this. Yes, moving through Toledo. I'm trying to catch up with all these social medias here. Storming in for Astoria. Thank you very much. Again, I just posted this. Just go there and check out the weather gen. There he is. So it's in there. Okay. Storming in Bellevue. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, let's go over to satellite here. Again, I'm a big satellite fan, as you would probably know, because I can tell you a lot of things here. All right, now let's kind of look at this. This is the enhanced satellite shot. And jumping out at you should be this right here. Okay? A lot of cold thunderstorm tops. So this one here is likely to become the dominant one this morning across northern Indiana. You got this stuff up in here, but I would suspect you're going to start seeing these colors beginning to fade away next hour or so. But this guy here is blowing up. Here's a current cluster coming through. There's a cluster we had earlier. Okay. Again, the colors mean cold thunderstorm tops. The more significant the color, the more significant the storm is going to be because it's taller in the atmosphere. And that's what the satellite is picking up on is the temperature of the cloud tops. Especially, there's a big difference between this one here and, believe it or not, this. Although this is significant going through now. Okay? Out of these here, this is the bigger one right there. So we're going to have to watch it. I think it's going to gobble up this guy here. Okay? So if this goes southeastward, it would hit our southern areas. If it goes eastward, well, we got issues. Big issues. Okay? All right, just wanted to put that on the table. We'll go back and we'll look and see. That tells us how these things are reacting in the atmosphere. Okay? All right, what do we got going here now, real quick? Okay. All right, so this is moving through Lucas County, southeastern. I feel like this is a dream. Didn't we just do this like 5 hours ago? Okay, anyway. Lucas County, southern Monroe County, southeastern Lenawee County, strong thunderstorms dip southward to eastern Wood County, northwest of Tiffin. Tiffin, you're about to get rocked, okay? Coming in from the northwest. If it was a daylight, it would be dark. That cluster coming in from the northwest, it will be dark. So Tiffin, it's coming in your direction. Republic, it's coming in your direction. Bloomville, it's coming in your direction from the northwest. Okay, over into Clyde, not quite as strong, but strong enough. New York, heading into Bellevue. You got a report on Bellevue. There's Sandusky. The worst is to the south of Sandusky and to the south of Port Clinton. Okay. Yeah, Tiffin, you're about to take a big time. Moving through Fostoria. So it's not doing much in Tiffin, if anything, right now. But look on the left-hand side of your screen. Okay? Near Bascom, it's coming in fast. I'd say 5 minutes. That is really ripping. Okay. Let's go to future radar. This takes us to about 7:15. You see what's happening here across Indiana? That bad stuff we showed on satellite. It is diving east southeast, so that should go to our south. Okay, that could be an alignment issue. You do got this stuff up here, but I would suspect that may start weakening. But this is what it looks like on the radar. Remember, we took a look at the satellite. This is the energy back in here that's trying to get its act together for later today, mid-afternoonish. That is something we have to watch. The risk area has been expanded a little further north. Okay, so that's this afternoon, i.e., number 4. We're in 3A. We have 3A, we're 3B, might even have a 3C. Okay, going on this morning. So I wanted to let you know that. Okay, back on this. Tiffin, I may have missed it by 2 minutes. I said 5. We got 3 minutes to go. But it's approaching you fast. For Seneca, Astoria should ease up a little bit. Coming back into Lucas County. Strong but not severe. Okay. Especially in central and northern areas of Lucas County. Thunder, lightning, heavy rain, the whole bit. We're going to get a break in the action here once this cluster goes by. And then we'll just have to see what everything else does. Right now, I think that Indiana stuff we talked about right here, going east-southeast, we got to keep an eye on that one. Okay? This stuff here, well, that should start to weaken as that southern stuff grows, but we'll wait and see. Columbus is getting some action down towards Columbus, especially the east side of Columbus. Anybody have storm fatigue yet? Anybody out there just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, hopping up and down? Hey, severe weather. Hey, let's get some of this, get some of that. But we've had so much of this the past couple of days. More ahead of us today. Has anyone got storm fatigue? I know a couple of. Yes, definitely this afternoon. Yes, definitely. So I don't recall exactly where you're at. We got hail in Bellevue, but everything points toward around this afternoon, mid-afternoonish. If there's one thing that's going to be a little different, is this will come through. The next one, he has some help. Says, I've had it, storm fatigue. I've had it. It happens in the wintertime. You get all excited for the first couple of storms, and then when you get smacked, boom, 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 like we're getting here, you go, enough's enough, okay? Enough is enough, okay? So we should wind this down here in the next hour or so. Then we'll just have to put all eyes back to the west, okay? And just see what goes on. But let's get this guy through here. Let's get all this stuff through here. Okay. Oh, okay, you're in Holland. Yeah, there's going to be a second round this afternoon. Okay. Let me see if I have any new modeling run here to pick up on anything new here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we got some new stuff coming in right now. This is all brand new. Okay, let's see here. Patio pounders. Okay. All right, let me clear this off real quick. All right, this is a brand new HER model, picking up rather nicely on what's happening this morning. These things are never perfect, okay, but you're looking at, okay, has it picked up on stuff? Now, I probably would say this is a little more widespread in here, but it has picked up on these three. That's important, and that's the guy here we're watching for later on, okay? I've got 11 frames in. That should take me through into this afternoon. There's that morning batch right there fading away. Okay, so everything should start to weaken during the next 1 to 3 hours, giving way to this energy here. This atmosphere right now has had its butt kicked. Okay, I mean, it has been worked over, worked over, worked over, boom, boom. So now, in order for this to grow, this stuff has got to leave. Okay, that time right there is about noonish. So at noon, I don't see anything going on. Okay, okay. Let's go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now you see it's blowing up, starting to blow up. And there you have it right there. This should be what it looks like right around 4 p.m. It will not be exact, okay? This will get modified during the next 10 hours, okay? The important thing here, and this is frame 11, we could use another couple of frames, okay? We'll get just the whole big cluster, i.e., no. Since we started naming it number 4, we're going to keep it at 4. We're in 3A and B. So right now, well, we had A last night. We're in B right now. All right. So, oh, it's going. Oh, it's going. No, it's not. It's back. Okay. Well, probably not. Okay. Unless you want to do it in that gap. No, I wouldn't do that. No, do not go out on any water this afternoon, please. Okay, I got another frame in here. Let's see what this does. You see how it just grows and expands? That's what you're looking at this afternoon. I do smell a weather watch that'll go into effect. That's why Storm Prediction Center boosted everything a little bit farther north. Now, be careful here, friends. Okay, this is not exact. It's a forecast model, but it's picking up on action happening this afternoon. Not hyping it. I'm just showing you. Okay, but Bill, when it happens, it could be here. Well, yeah. Okay, but be aware that mid afternoon, which was our time frame here, real quick here. Double check. This is 5 p.m. So between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. I would ballpark it, especially right in the middle of that. That would be like 3, 4, 5 o'clock, right in there this afternoon. Okay, okay. Don't have another frame yet. Let's go back. We're at frame number 12. I need a 13 and a 14. I should be in about a couple of minutes. Okay. All right, where are we at here now? Let me update with all this. The storms are moving through Toledo. Looks like they're clearing out of southern Lucas County as we speak, weakening now across Lenawee County, dropping south. Tiffin is right on top of you. All right, remember we said it's coming your way. And indeed, it's your way. It's there. Have it your way. Sounds like a restaurant commercial. Okay. Going through Bellevue, heading towards Norwalk. Okay. Republic, Bloomville. Gonna be in Bloomville within the next 10 minutes. Gonna be in Norwalk. Let's see, Monroeville moving through even as we speak. Gonna be in Norwalk. The strongest appears to be I can make it just south of Norwalk, but we'll see. We'll see. You do have some stuff up in here. Okay. Gonna keep an eye on this here for our southern areas, especially. Okay. Let's Let's see if those other frames came in. Okay, I got 2 more frames that came in. Okay, right there. There you go. That is late this afternoon. So, yeah, we're in it. They may have to bring that enhanced area up just a notch, maybe just a notch, but that's okay. We're in level 1s and 2s for this afternoon. That's okay. All right. But I think they're thinking that's going to drop south. So we're going to be rocking and rolling. It's going to be different. This will be in the daytime. Everything we've seen here recently, well, mostly everything, has been middle of the night, nighttime, dark, blah, blah, blah. You won't have a low level jet stream in here, but you're going to have more instability. You'll have some, we call it LLG, low level jet, working, but it won't be like you get in the middle of the night. Okay? Let's go back to radar. Okay. Again, everything is moving steadily southeastward, right over Tiffin as we speak, right over Bellevue, moving pretty close to Norwalk, Monroeville. Okay, main bulk is south of Sandusky. Storms are weakening somewhat over Lucas County now. So that is good. There's a nice break coming in now. Okay. All right, I'm going to pop it on radar for a second. I'll be back in about 2 minutes or so. Okay. Just a quick second here. Okie dokie, we are back with you once again. Satellite on the right hand side, yours truly on the bottom right. Upper right is satellite. To the left is a radar summary that we continue to track. Again, the storms are weakening slowly into Lucas County. They are not severe. Things are getting much better in Lucas County. Much better as you get into Bowling Green area and get into Wood County. Let me see here. Something got extended a little bit farther south. Let's see what that's all about. Yeah, northeastern Wyandotte County and Crawford County under severe thunderstorm warnings. So being extended a little bit further southward. There it is right there, just popped up. Right there. Okay, ahead of that line of storms. Okay. Alrighty. Let me do it this way here. Okay. Moving through Tiffin, again dropping south towards Bucyrus. Wonder if I'll go just north of Bucyrus. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Over Sycamore. Okay. Tiffin, you have had a stormy half hour. Bellevue, the worst appears to be going south of Bellevue now. Getting hail in Monroeville. If you got time, tell me how big of hail. Don't recall where you're at. So, folks, try to tell me again what size hail and where you're at really is important. But regardless of where you're at, this is going to be winding down here. Matter of fact, there's hardly anything now back to the west here in Fulton County. But things are winding down, being the wind down, except down towards Tiffin, Norwalk area, and moving into towards Bucyrus. I just wonder if the worst of that's going to go just north. Bucyrus. We'll just have to wait and see. Watch that. Nothing in the Cleveland area to speak of. Mansfield, you might be next. That stuff coming in on you towards Mansfield. Okay? Just heads up on that one. Okay? We're definitely on a downswing. So like I said, an hour ago, these things blow up and then they have a tendency of just fizzling or getting much weaker. That'd be a better word for it. Okay. Okay. Anyone has any rainfall amounts or anything like that? That would be nice to, or any hail reports or any pictures and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Okay. Okay, here. So again, adding to is northeastern Wyandotte County and Crawford County to the warnings. I'm thinking by 7 o'clock we can probably stop continuous streaming now and just get loaded up for later on today, I guess. All right. Okay. All right. Storms are definitely getting much weaker. The big game in town right now is this in here. I was diving southeastward towards Mansfield. Okay. Now this stuff in Lucas County, Ottawa County is really falling apart fast, and that matches everything that we've talked about for 2 nights. Okay. 1/4 inch hail in Tiffin, and streets are flooded in Tiffin. I smell a flood advisory. It may go up for you guys. Okay. Oh, I had 2.5 hours. That's I knew it. I went before I laid down for like 2.5 hours. Okay, just gonna kick around 5 o'clock, and boy, it did. Yeah, you can see it just forming. Well, here we go. All right. All right. Back on the updated satellite photo. Well, take it this way, Bill. Do it this way. Okay, pop it in this way. There you go. Okay, here's the updated satellite. Yeah, you're gonna notice here next very short time these colors are gonna start fading because everything is weakening. This is still holding its own, but I think it's going more southeastward. Okay, but that does bear watching. Let's be honest, it does right in here. This stuff here is holding its own, but that should start to weaken. In fact, yeah, slightly less, not quite as much yellow in there. So the cloud tops are warming just a little bit there, meaning it's getting weaker. Okay, so at least run the downswing of this. Run the downswing. Everybody get ready for their day. Stopped raining in South Toledo. No, there's no cap right now. No. And I don't think there's going to be much of a chance for a significant cap at all today. Um, no, because the other batch is going to come in right behind it. So, no. Yeah, with all that going on the upper right hand side, the satellite photo, no cap in here at all. I would suspect, and this way I do agree with the modeling here, that this whole deal here, all this is going to be weakening the next couple of hours. Each one of these will start weakening, and that's going to lay down the outflow boundary, and then the energy is going to come shooting in from the west, and dogs and cats and all sorts of weird stuff going on. Okay, this afternoon. All right, let's see here. Wow, so you mean will that stuff in Indiana hit Finley? Is that what you're asking? Um, it should start to. It should go south of you. It really should. If you're talking about this in here, uh, it is traveling due east right now, but it should take that bend. Everything has been taking that bend. It goes east, goes east, goes east, and it starts dropping southeast. So if you're talking about this here, right now, it looks like that would go more towards Lima. Okay. Okay. I think that's this stuff is going to start. This whole thing here. Okay. This whole whatever it is, all these different little complexes, even the stuff by Columbus, this whole area here should start to weaken. And I really think it'll be gone, completely gone in a couple of hours. I mean, just completely fizzling. Okay. Giving way to back here. Giving way to what's happening back in here during the day today. Okay. So you're already starting to see the energy loading up back here. And the timing of all this is going to be mid afternoonish. Again, the slight risk area has been bumped a little bit further north, i.e., level 2, just about into Lucas County, right up to the county line. So our areas with it is 1 and 2, with 3 down south. Okay, meaning Central Ohio. But this is the dog right here. This is your daytime dog. Right there. Okay, so downstream, all this stuff has got to get out of the way. Get out of the way. All this stuff has got to clear the deck. Else it will muddy the waters as to what's going to happen with number 4. Okay, we're in 3A. See, we had a 1, we had a 2, we had a 2A, a 2B, then we got a 3, a 3A, a 3B. Now we're looking ahead to 4. Okay, that's the energy. I got a way to go. Probably 8 hours. 8 hours from now, something like that. Okay. Let's not get on the hype train. Let's just tell folks exactly what's going on. Okay. And this stuff here should start the weekend pretty quick. This stuff here all has a very short shelf life, couple of hours. It does. Okay? Get to that 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock. This will continue to dive southeastward like that and give way to number 4. Okay? All right, back over the radar here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that stuff in Lucas County really, really falling apart. This stuff here is still hanging on by South Bend, Indiana. But notice the movement is southeastward. So that would probably take whatever is left of that, because it is going to weaken, just dive it like that. Now, will that get to Defiance? It's got a long way to go, and running out of juice here this morning. I would suspect this will be weakening next couple of hours. Okay. Okay. Finally leaving Tiffin area. Bloomville, Republic. Yeah, it's like we thought. I think the heaviest is going to go north of Bucyrus. You're going to get some thunderstorms there too. You certainly are. Okay. But I think the worst, if you look out your window, is going to be north. Okay. If this stuff holds together, it would move into Mansfield probably in an hour or so. Okay. 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 A couple things I got to do here next couple of minutes. I'm going to go to radar, and then I will come back in about 5 minutes, but I am going to keep the radar going. Hello, everybody. We are definitely back right now to kind of wrap this thing up for right now for you. Okay, pop the satellite on for you, pop myself in there for you. That is the very latest. The storms continue to weaken. Okay, so right now just garden variety stuff, except for here, special weather statement going out for Mansfield and the Ashland area. As expected here, the heaviest is just north of Bucyrus, although you got some action in Bucyrus, as you can see right there. Okay. All right, moving through Erie and Huron County now, especially Huron County near Norwalk to the south. It is moving away. Finally, the storms have moved away from the Tiffin area. Okay, that's certainly good. Okay. All righty. This stuff up in here appears to be diving southeastward. But like you see on the satellite above you, I think you're going to notice all that weakening, the colors slowly fading away during the next couple of hours. Okay? All right. So I'll keep the radar going, running around doing some things back in here. Probably going to sign off from this stream about 7 o'clock. And so things are winding down. But we'll keep radar going for just a little bit. I'll be back about 7 o'clock, but the radar is going to be up. Hello there, everybody. Blizzard Bill. We are live again, continuously being live. This will be our final recap of this event, I think. Let's get ready for this afternoon. There's the latest satellite photo on the upper right hand side. I'll superimpose it there. Yeah, that Indiana one is just gobbling up the southwest Michigan. See, it's weakening, it's shrinking. Here's that morning complex of storms moving away. Right now, let's take a look at what's happening across Indiana real quick on the radar to see if we have to be concerned about all of that. All right, let's do a radar tour and bring everybody up to date. Okay. Again, moving into Mansfield would be these storms. Moving through Bucyrus, the heaviest was north of Bucyrus, although Bucyrus did get some action in there, like we figured you guys would. Going south of Willard, all of this stuff is really fading away. Got a little small area of showers skirting the shoreline. All right, that'll move away during the next half hour to an hour or so. North Coast roofing, you'll have to keep an eye on that the next hour or so in Sandusky. Okay, warnings for Tiffin area, they're now being expired. Everything is expiring, so good time there. It's moving away. Watching this here could affect Van Wert County, okay, coming out of Indiana, but should not be a factor for Findlay. This stuff here to the north is by South Bend, Indiana, is diving southeastward. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take this a little bit of a break for a minute here, probably a half hour or so, and watch this stuff by Fort Wayne. That could become an issue for Van Wert County. Okay. And that is about it. Number 4, located back in here. This is going to be mid-afternoonish today. I'll be back and forth with updates all day long. Okay, no problem there. Okay, so that is about it for this right now. Been on the air for just about 2 hours. That in combination with the 4 hours and 32 minutes. So that puts us at 6 hours, 32 minutes of continuous, and 3 hours before that. So we've done like 10 hours. And the voice is still here. I can't believe it. I can't, that's okay. Okay, just wanted to let you know that we do have a flood advisory. Let me zoom in on that real quick for northeastern Lucas County. Let me get some nitty gritties on that one real quick. Okay, in effect until 9:15. Okay, for Toledo, Sylvania area. Okay, there's been a half an inch to an inch and a half of rain. Again, I don't see any additional rain this morning. I just don't. I would say it would be more like this afternoon. Okay, I just kind of put that on the table for you. All right, I plan to be back within the hour to give you a status update. And I do imagine we'll be on the air quite a bit around mid afternoon. So, kind of get ready for that. I'll be posting a lot of these updates for you during the day. Make sure you check out that Wex Call Gen. Okay, next gen. Let me see here. Okay, we're doing something fun here. Don't forget, I'm going to call all those right up to the Lucas County line. I'm going to just say, hey, we're going to be in a level 2, very close to it. So we're just going to call it a 2 until we see what happens here, since splitting hairs. And that is it. So 5 after 7, why don't I come back with kind of just a quick status update, probably about a quarter of 8. Okay, quarter of 8, 8 o'clock. I'll give you just a little bit of an update. Okay? All right. We should appreciate it, and we'll see you in about 45 minutes.